Joining me is Democratic Congresswoman Loretta Sanchez from California and Maria Teresa Kumar, President and CEO of Voter Latino and an MSNBC contributor. Thanks to both of you for being here.
Thank you, Reverend.
Thank you, Al.
Congresswoman Sanchez, let me go to you first. The Republicans don't like the president's immigration policy, but what is their policy? I mean, is there one?
Well, their policy has been to do nothing for immigration. Their policy has been, and in fact, sitting on the Homeland Security Committee, their policy and their efforts have said, hey, listen, if you fortify the border, if you charge companies who are misusing the system, if you deport people, if you get rid of criminal aliens and you deport them, once you do all of these things, then we'll talk to you about some sort of comprehensive immigration reform. Well, guess what? The president worked on fortifying the border. The president worked on deporting people. The president worked on going after criminals. He's done everything that they have said is important before getting to this issue of what do we do with the people who are already here? And guess what? These kids, through no fault of their own, are here. They're great. They're great. They've been working hard, and this country needs them. So I say kudos to the president for saying, hey, it's time that we take care of the rest of the situation.
Now, Maria, the Republicans were for the DREAM Act before they were against it. Take a look at this. August of 2001, the DREAM Act was a bipartisan bill. March of 2009, it was reintroduced by several Republicans and Democrats, bipartisan. July 2010, another bipartisan version was even approved by the Republican-controlled Senate Judiciary Committee. May of 2011, several Republicans who had previously supported the bill withheld their support. Is this all just politics? How do you have a consistent pattern of supporting Maria, and now all of a sudden they're all opposed to it because President Obama was the one to push for it?
That's right, Reverend. Basically what the president did was call the Republicans bluff, saying that you keep saying that you want to go ahead and introduce the DREAM Act, recognizing that you keep falling short. What I'm going to do is provide temporary relief, because again, this is not ideal. It's DREAM Act light, but it's not ideal. But he threw it back into Congress as saying, now it's up to you to do something. The fact that Speaker Boehner has said today that the president was trying to create a political atmosphere, that's nonsense. Immigration policy, whether it's the DREAM Act or comprehensive immigration reform, is excellent policy for the American people, because it provides, one, get people out of the shadows. It ensures that we make sure that everybody's getting paid fairly. It's important for our national security. I want to be able to know who's living in my neighborhood, as do the rest of the American public. So right now what's happening is that President Obama called the Republicans bluff, saying, okay, you want to do immigration reform? I'm going to provide temporary relief. I'm throwing it back to you so Congress can permanently fix it.
Now, and it's clear that the American people agree with you, because in a Bloomberg poll, 64% approved of the policy, 30% disapproved, and clearly the American people are with the president on this, Maria. But Congresswoman, let's talk a minute about another poll on Latino enthusiasm. In 5 battleground states, Florida, Virginia, Nevada, Colorado, Arizona, Latino voters were questioned on whether new policy makes them more or less enthusiastic about the president. More enthusiastic, 49%. Less enthusiastic, 14%. No effect, 34%. What are you getting out there? Is this poll right? Has enthusiasm gone up for the president because of this move?
People are very excited about this move. People are very excited to see these young people who have worked so hard, who are needed by our country to be able to stay here and to go to work and to help solve some of our problems. So there's a real excitement in the Latino community. Actually, there's a real excitement in those people, not just Latinos, but those people who work with Latinos, those people who are used to living with Latinos. They're just as excited because they understand that these young people have a lot to give to this nation, and that we really need to move along the whole spectrum of getting to real immigration reform. And this is one of the first positive steps towards going that way. So back home in California, they're excited. I was looking at a poll from Arizona where they say that the president is getting very close to closing
Very interesting poll. I'm glad you brought that up. Very interesting poll, Arizona.
Really good thing.
In Arizona, the Willard Mitt Romney leads 49 to 46. That's within the poll's 3.5 percentage point margin of error. And Arizona, Maria, has only gone to a Democratic presidential candidate only once since 1952. This is very interesting.
And your viewers may forget, but actually Obama almost beat McCain in Arizona. Now with this new piece of legislation, that the executive order that the president came out, what he's going to do is he's going to galvanize not just Latino voters in Arizona, but he's also going to galvanize the supporters of Arizona, saying, you know what, this is a shot that we've been waiting for, Mr. President, for you to stand up and have leadership. People forget that Russell Pierce, the one who basically crafted Arizona SB 1070, the anti-immigrant racial profiling law, was actually ousted this past October because of the mobilization among immigrant groups. So this is actually quite exciting for Arizona.
I'm going to have to go, but it's exciting, isn't it? Congresswoman Loretta Sanchez and Maria Teresa Kumar, thanks for your time tonight.
Thank you, Reverend.
Still ahead, breaking news from